Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be burying a couple coins here. So what I have is a American Morgan dollar. All right, this one is from 1881. I picked this one just because, I mean, I'm no expert, but it looks like it might have been cleaned. It's pretty slick. I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say that at all. There's plenty of detail here. It's not a slick coin, but it's definitely not anything special, okay? And then I also have an American Peace dollar. This one's from 1922. Again, nothing completely special about this one. I happen to have a couple from 1922. It's a very common year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury these under the ground. Right now it is fall and winter is approaching. It is mid-November 2022, and I'm going to let this sit out there, you know, in Mother Nature underground. It's going to get wet, it's going to get cold, it's going to get dry, it's going to be warm a little, well, maybe not hot, but you know, temperature changes, humidity changes, it's going to freeze, it's going to thaw. It's going to be out there all winter long. And then in spring, I'm going to dig them up and I'm going to see if it created any kind of patina. So if you're not familiar, you know, when coins interact with different types of environments, sometimes they create a patina, and in the coin world it's called toning. And some of that toning is absolutely stunning. All kinds of beautiful colors like reds and oranges and yellows and blues and bronze and gold, and I mean, you name it. And lately, I've noticed that there's just so many more people getting into collecting toned coins. They add a lot of value to the coin. So because of that, a lot of people try to fake toning. And what they'll do is they will, you know, use artificial ways to color a coin. But a lot of those are pretty obvious, right? So my theory here is that this is going to be a forced natural toning. All right, so by leaving it in the elements, it is going to hopefully tone pretty quickly. Instead of taking, you know, 50 years, 100 years, 200 years to get that color, maybe it'll take one winter. We'll find out. Now, what kind of gave me this idea is from my own personal experience. I'll tell you a very quick story that it's kind of funny, but not funny at the same time. So at one point, I was visiting a location. I can't really get into too many details, but essentially it was a different house that wasn't being used. I had access to that house, and in the basement there, I stored some silver, okay? Because at the time when I was getting into silver, I wanted to hide some at a different location. And I thought it was a great idea. It was out of sight, out of mind. No one went there except for me and some family members occasionally. And what I did was I went like Tony Soprano because I was such a Sopranos fan. I remember when Tony hid his money inside of the bird feed out by the pool. All right, if you watch The Sopranos or have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So I thought, man, what a great idea, because I wanted to hide it, but I didn't know how. So I literally went to the store, I bought a big like 30-pound bag of bird feed, and I shoved my silver in it. And I just put it loose inside the bird feed. I didn't have it in any capsules or any kind of bags or enclosures or anything like that. And there was a leak in the basement, and wouldn't you know it, the leak was right on top of my bag of bird feed. So what happened was it went like 6 months or something like that, or not even that long, maybe 4 or 5 months. I came back, I noticed that it wasn't birdseed anymore, it was a bunch of plants growing, you know, because they were germinating. And when I took my silver out, it was completely toned, really crazy colors. Now at the time, I kind of freaked out, like, oh my God, I lost so much value, who's gonna want this? You know, not realizing that people actually look for that stuff. And they'll pay, you know, sometimes 2 or 3 times as much as the value just because of those colors. Now, there was a couple Silver Eagles in there, which I do wish I kept. I left them toned, and I actually sold them probably a year or 2 later just in a regular collection, but didn't, you know, get any extra value for the toning because I didn't know much about it. But most of the stuff was just generic rounds and things. But anyway, unfortunately, all that's long gone. Otherwise, I would have shown you. I wish it was still in the collection because, like I said, some of those American Eagles were pretty cool looking. So anyway, we're going to go out. I'm going to find a spot. I'm just thinking about it right now where I should do this. And we're going to bury these. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, so I found the spot that hopefully I do not forget about. And I have the camera set up kind of far away and zoomed in, so hopefully you're getting the shot. But here we go, just going to bury them. I put on a glove just so I don't get my fingernails all dirty. And the ground should be semi-soft because it's been raining lately. I should be able to literally kind of just dig some up. It doesn't have to be super deep, but I definitely don't want it floating to the top. Dig a little here. Got some roots. Alright, well, that's about it. I don't have to dig the thing, you know, any more than that, really. So, there it is. There's the Peace dollar. And there is the Morgan dollar. You go next to each other. And that is it. So, that's going to sit there all winter long. And we're going to dig those up in spring sometime. So hopefully some of you guys remember. I know some of you will. Some of you will forget. But yeah, just a little random side project. Hopefully I don't forget. But I'm kind of making this on YouTube video. Instead of just doing it and then showing you the results, I'm doing it because you can remind me as well. Because I know you will. You'll send a message in, you know, January, February, March. Be like, hey man, what's going on with those coins? You gonna dig those up? So anyway, that's all. Just totally strange. Just ideas pop in my head all the time. And sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. This is what I'm doing. So we'll see how this turns out. If we can actually force a natural patina on silver. So that's it for today. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.